Welcome to the Facebook Ads module. Facebook Ads is one of the most vibrant platforms in the world of advertising. There are infinite numbers of ways to send your messages across via Facebook Ads. Since Facebook's establishment in 2004, Facebook's ad revenue grew exponentially, just under $2 billion in 2010 to $12.5 billion in 2017. The ads on Facebook account for more than 9% of total digital spending and 18.4% global mobile advertising. The reason behind its rapid growth is because Facebook created paid advertising opportunities, which permit their users to reach out to very specific demographics to convey their messages. Currently, there are no other paid traffic channels that would have access to targeting very specific audiences effectively, apart from Facebook. Facebook's advertising tools enable businesses, as well as organizations, to reach individuals who are most likely to purchase your product or service. They'll ensure that the information that you choose to disseminate only extends toward a relevant audience, which is in line with your advertising goal. Therefore, it's highly unlikely for you to waste your resources and advertising your products or services blindly. When you choose to advertise with Facebook, Facebook will narrow down the demographics for you to identify your target audience accurately. This may include their interests, age, and location. We'll explore this subject in more detail in the following modules. With great targeting power comes great responsibility, as expressed by Forbes.com. This is definitely true, as Facebook ads have the advantage of connecting you to a very specific audience in no time. The mechanics behind the process also demands a very thorough understanding. To master the mechanics, you have no choice but to dive in and get your feet wet. Only when you start, you'll get familiar with the process. Welcome back to the Facebook Ads series. This module will walk you through the steps in selecting the right campaign for the purpose of generating leads. To kickstart your advertising journey, you would need a Facebook account, which I assume you do. To date, there are over 1.23 billion Facebook users worldwide, and it would be a loss if you are not one of them. It simply means that you're losing out in driving traffic towards you. When you already have set up your personal Facebook account, you are now left with three crucial steps. 1. Set up a Facebook business page. 2. Set up an ad account for your business page. 3. Set up a business manager account for your ad account. The first step to start your campaign is to set up your Facebook business page. Some of you may notice that there are users who advertise their products or services using their individual accounts. However, regardless if you choose to advertise it under an official company name or individually, you would still need to set up an official business page to sync it with your ad account. What is an ad account? When you have set up your business page via Facebook, on the left-hand side of your page, you would notice a Promote button that will direct you to the Facebook ad account. When you've accessed the account, you will automatically see different campaign objectives that are already listed by Facebook, which range from awareness to conversion. The ad account functions to organize your advertisements according to your selected campaigns and their respective goals. There are three main categories in which the Facebook ad account uses to organize your ads. 1. Your campaign's name and objectives. 2. Your ad sets, which include targeting, budgeting, bidding, placement, schedule. 3. Types of ads, which include copy, images, media, destination. To generate a successful campaign, there's a systematic and effective method in organizing your ad account. When you start on a new campaign, you should have multiple ad sets separately under your campaign. Your different ad sets should also have one specific advertisement. The campaigns are organized in such a way that you will have more control on the advertisements which you wish to publish. Secondly, as stated earlier, your ad sets will have their own budgeting. When you separate your ad sets, you'll get to manage your advertisements according to your budget. After you've organized your campaigns and your ads account, it's time for you to set up your Facebook Business Manager account. Some may think it's unnecessary to do this, but if you plan to expand your business, you'll find yourself managing multiple pages and advertisements for different products or services. This also means that you'll need to set up more than one ads account. This is when the Business Manager account comes into play. Your Business Manager functions to manage your multiple ads account. When you have multiple ads account, each separate account caters towards different clients or businesses that you serve. You pay for ads with different payment methods. You then organize each ad account based on their campaign objective. One of the greatest advantages that you'll obtain when you set up your Business Manager is that you're able to track the performance of your ads across the different accounts. A report will be generated on the assets and people that your business is responsible for. I hope you now have a better understanding on how to set up your pages, ads account, as well as your Business Manager. Later, we'll be exploring the 4 main campaign objectives that you should be paying attention to in order to generate your traffic and sales in the next module. Hello there and welcome back. In this module, we'll be exploring the basic fundamentals of Facebook advertising. This includes selecting the most suitable campaign objective to generate traffic to your cause. So what you need to realize is the most recent Facebook ads account has 13 different campaign objectives for different and very specific purposes. Your advertising campaign objective is the action you would want your audience to take. Setting your campaign objective and selecting the most suitable one will determine the overall success of your advertisement. As our main objective is driving traffic towards your business, we'll be focusing only on 4 campaign objectives, which are traffic, video views, lead generation, and website conversions. Let's explore each in more detail. First is the traffic objective. With traffic as your objective, you're able to send people to your websites from Facebook and increase the number of visits. You're also able to get people to download your app. There are various ads formats for you to choose from in order to advertise your ad, which ranges from photos to slideshows. Secondly is video views. With video views, you're able to show your prospective customers your product launches, behind-the-scenes footage, as well as testimonials to raise awareness as well as marketing your brand. Videos are proven to be a credible source in promoting your products or service. Next is lead generation. This campaign objective is very effective and useful as it functions to collect information from your prospective clients by asking them to fill out a form in the ad with their details. Their information may include their age, email addresses, as well as interests. Lead ads are useful to collect sign-ups for newsletters, price estimates, follow-up calls, and business information. Last but not least is website conversions. This campaign objective is to get your customers acting on and using your website. For instance, you can track conversions when a customer purchases a product from your website. To enable website conversion ads, you will need to use the Facebook Pixel for websites. Hi there, and welcome back. In this module, we will be walking you through the fundamentals of Facebook ads cost. Understanding Facebook ads cost is important so that you are able to work within your budget and maximize your return on investment, or ROI. There are a lot of factors that affect your Facebook ads cost. Therefore, there's no fixed answer to the famous question, how much does Facebook ads cost? Everything from your audience to your bidding plan directly influences how much you're going to pay for your ads. Always bear in mind that the cost that you spend on your ads is also dependent on how you align your budget. This means, as an advertiser, you'll state how much you are willing to pay for an ad. You can manually adjust this on the pricing and bidding section. If you choose not to, Facebook will automatically calculate a bid for you within your budget and how long you choose to run your advertisement. Assuming that you are relatively new to the Facebook advertising scene, let me recommend a budget that works for you. Let's begin with $50 if you are opting to drive conversions for 5 days. Every day, Facebook will take up to $10 per day in advertising your ad. The reason why we do not go beyond $50 is because you want to test your ad first before deciding to invest in a higher amount. Imagine if you start investing $100 for your ads and the results don't even make up to your advertising costs. This proves to be a waste of your investment. Hence, test it out first and scale it upwards when you've discovered the advert that works for your campaign's objective. What are the factors that affect your Facebook ad cost? There are 3 factors which include your target audience, the quality of your ads, and the time of the year. First, let's discuss your target audience. The audience you choose will directly affect how much you're paying for your ads. This is because it's possible that other people are trying to target your audience as well. For instance, my company is selling handmade shoes. The audience that I'm targeting is not going to have handmade shoes as their only interest. These customers also love baking, fishing, traveling, and fine dining. Multiple companies will target each of these traits uniquely. All of us are inevitably competing against each other to place an ad on this group of audience. This brings us to the second factor, which is the quality of your ad. The quality of your ad can cause your ad's cost to skyrocket or lower dramatically. There are two factors that you want to keep in mind when evaluating the quality of your ad, which are the relevance score as well as the click-through rate. Your ad's relevance will be scored from 1 to 10 and is assessed based on how relevant your ads are to your target audience. You can obtain your ad's relevance score by heading to your Ads Manager account, where the Ads Relevance tab is added to your ads report. The higher your relevance score, the lower you'll pay for your ads. Your click-through rate, CTR, is the number of clicks divided by the number of impressions. A higher CTR will indicate a higher relevance, thus more value to your audience and lower cost for an ad to be advertised. Last but not least, the cost of your advertisement is dependent on the time of the year. There are peak times in a year when advertisers are all flocking to Facebook for their ads. During this period, the competition is higher, and as a result, you'll pay more. Black Friday and winter holidays are the most demanding and busiest times of the year, but it still can be worthwhile with the extra cost as you can attract more audience to your offer. The most important thing to note when aligning your budget for Facebook ads is to start small and test your ads out. You have to keep trying different variations of ads to get the right conversion for your target audience. When you found an ad that brings in high conversions, scale your budget higher for your ads. Remember, relevance is always key, and this may directly affect your ads cost. Hello there and welcome back. In this module, we're going to discuss how you can target and retarget your Facebook audience through Facebook Ads Manager, as well as Facebook Pixel. This strategy can only be implemented if you have your email list and engagements on your site. The first step is to target your Facebook audience using Facebook Ads Manager. For targeting, let's focus on how to create lookalike audience. Lookalike audience is an approach that enables you to reach out to new people that are potentially interested in your product or service. This approach is very practical and simple to execute, as you do not have to compile all your data or statistics regarding your offer to get this approach running. All you need to do is to upload your email list to Facebook Ads Manager. To begin creating your lookalike audience, head over to your Adverts Manager at your Audiences section. Then click Create Audiences in the top left, and then select Create a Lookalike Audience from the drop-down menu. Next, choose Custom Audience and select Customer File. For the customer's file, you'll have several options where you can either choose a file or copy-paste your customer's data, or import your customer's email addresses from MailChimp. What's MailChimp? MailChimp is an email marketing service that allows you to send marketing emails, automated messages, and targeted campaigns. On the next section, you are then asked to choose the country where you would like to search for a similarity to your customer's base. Finally, you need to choose your desired audience size with the slider and click Create Audience. From here on, Facebook will search for your prospective audience who are interested in your product or service. The second step is to retarget your audience on your Facebook advertising campaigns with Facebook Pixel. Facebook Pixel is a piece of code that allows you to measure, optimize, and build audiences from your ad campaigns. One of the biggest advantages that Facebook Pixel has is where you can track the actions visitors take on your website across devices, and this will inform you on the performance of your Facebook ads. Among the various interactions that Facebook Pixel is tracking, how your customers are moving between devices before conversion happens. This will determine the number of visitors and the percentage of users who would view your ad across desktop or mobile. Facebook Pixel will then optimize your ads to target people who are most likely to take action. Taking action is defined as either making a purchase or signing up for an application on the website. Facebook Pixel will also automatically run ads based on the relevance and the best time for visitors to visit your website. Therefore, if you're running your Facebook ad and you notice that there are no actions taken on your website, it's time for you to kill your ad and change it to a new one. In the world of Facebook advertising, it's all about testing and more testing to get your campaign right. Another approach to this strategy is to retarget your audience for your upsells. This strategy works when your audience has gone through your first, second, and third sales ads, but they opted to make their purchase on the front end only. One way to lead them back to your back-end sales is when over a certain amount of time, you should retarget your sales ads back to them after they've signed up. If you want to invest more resources on your ads and maximizing their full potential, you need to place more emphasis on your back-end sales instead. This is because the back-end sale is where you make most of your money. Hi there, and welcome back. In this module, I'll walk you through 3 simple steps in building your visual portfolio for your Facebook adverts. Believe it or not, the success of your adverts is 80 to 90% dependent on the images that you choose to display. Images are the first thing that will grab your audience's attention. Therefore, it pays to invest some time in curating and selecting the most impactful images for your advertisements. You don't even need an expensive camera to capture good quality images. All you need is the right strategy and tips. Always remember that your images are speaking up for you. The first step is to choose relevant images that your audience can resonate with. Bear in mind that your pictures will be competing against other Facebook users, which includes pictures of babies as well as fancy traveling destinations. The key is to focus on your business's features and make it stand out from the crowd of other images. This can include the people, the environment, and the product that you're offering. For instance, if you're operating a cafe, try and capture your cafe's ambiance, the coffee that you're serving, as well as the friendly staff that are ready to attend to their customers' needs. Do not post pictures of furry animals unless you're in that business. The key here is to be true to your context, staying relevant, so that your audiences are clear of what you're offering. This brings us to our second step, which is getting familiar with your advertisement size. Always remember that your audiences are moving from one device to another. They can be on their computers, and 5 minutes later, they can switch to their mobiles. Hence, it's important to adjust your image's size to fit the needs of your audiences and the different devices that they're using. These are the standard rules that you would want to apply for your images across devices. Always remember that the width of your image needs to be 1.91 times the height. If you want a full-size image on your advertisement, 560 by 292 pixels on mobile devices, 400 by 209 pixels on desktop, 100 by 72 pixels on sidebar. If you do not choose any of the sizes above, Facebook will automatically resize your images to 154 by 154 pixels or even 90 by 90 pixels. Consequently, you will need to resize your photos before putting it up on your advertisement to ensure that the audience may view it in the best resolution possible, as it is also your selling point. The third and final step is to use less text and more of the actual images. This means that you need to keep your text at a maximum of 20% when you're using images for your Facebook advertising. Use actual images when you choose to post images of people or living things, as it gives more of an impact as compared to vectors. When you really need to use vectors for your adverts, make sure to make an impact by using pattern interrupts such as eyeball staring to trigger emotion, colorful and vibrant vectors to captivate their attention, strong borders to captivate their attention as well, familiar images the audience can resonate with, peculiar or ridiculous images, those trigger the audience's curiosity. When you've come up with your ads and you've selected the appropriate images as well as the correct size, it's time for you to test run what works for you and your audience. If it doesn't work, try and play around with your image sizes and the choices of images, whether your audience will be attracted more to real-life images or vectors, and figure out if you're staying true to your advertisement's context. Optimization is always key. Welcome back. We've reached the final chapter of the Facebook advertisement series. In this module, we'll walk you through the steps to optimize your Facebook ads to increase your chances to drive more traffic towards your offer. From the previous courses, I'm sure that you now have an idea on how to run your Facebook ads. However, running your ad is one story and optimizing it is totally a different one. There are 4 critical steps to your Facebook ads optimization. 1. Defining your campaign's goals and strategies. 2. Refining your lookalike audience. 3. Narrowing down your retargeting audience. 4. Facebook ads A/B testing. Let's discuss the first step to optimize your Facebook ads, which is defining your campaign goals and strategies. In the earlier modules, we've emphasized on how important it is to be clear of your campaign objectives. The optimization process of an ad campaign begins before the first ad even gets created. In the context of driving traffic to your website or landing page to generate sales, there are 2 important strategies to abide by. 1. Your ad's creative. 2. Your ad's conversion tracking. Firstly, it's your ad's creative. Visuals are proven to be effective in promoting consumer products. Therefore, it's important to use professional pictures for your products. Adding a human element can increase the number of clicks. Do not focus on the features of your offer. Instead, focus on the benefits that it can bring to your prospective clients. Secondly is to optimize your Facebook ads conversion tracking. Always use Facebook conversion tracking. Remember that you're not interested in clicks or likes, but your Facebook ads cost per conversion. Once you've got your Facebook conversion tracking in place, split test your ads campaign to search for the right audience and design. The second step to optimize your Facebook ads is to optimize your lookalike audience. To refine your lookalike audience, you need to test out your ads using different selections of interests when you are building your ad. Once you've discovered the right set of lookalike audience and interest, it will definitely reduce your cost per conversion. The third step is to narrow down your retargeting audience by breaking them down into various categories instead of grouping them into a single entity. For instance, you may have audiences with different interests, age groups, and locations. When you break them down into different categories, it allows you to be more focused and specific in conveying your message to various audiences. Through this approach, it's possible to increase your audience engagement and improve your conversions from each audience's category. Another approach to retarget your audience is by expanding the age gap of your audience. For instance, you're putting up your ad where you're offering a software and the targeted audience are tech-savvy users. Most advertisers will pick an age range of 18 to 44. Usually, a younger audience will need permission by their guardians to make a purchase, or they don't have enough money to make the purchase. Therefore, by increasing the age gap, you are lowering the cost per conversion, as you're only attracting the correct audience. The fourth and final step is to run a Facebook ads A/B testing. To determine which ad campaign works better, you'll need to run a split test. How do you execute this? Running 2 different ad campaigns on 2 different devices, mobile and desktop. This approach will effectively allow you to target each audience with a specific message instead of running a single ad campaign on different platforms. 2 different ad campaigns on different devices mean both are targeted to different audiences to detect the differences in the results. You don't need a massive ad spend budget to run your split test. Just utilize your standard Facebook ads budget and split between the 2 campaigns. Creating Facebook ads campaigns requires a lot of optimization and testing. Testing helps you in determining which major or minor changes are required to adjust your campaigns. This will improve the performance of your ads, creating a positive opportunity to drive traffic and increase conversions to your landing page. Hello there and welcome back to the Paid Traffic series. In this video tutorial, I will provide you 5 steps in creating your first Facebook ads campaign. The first thing you need to do is create your business page, which I've done for the purpose of this tutorial. And my page is called the Big Traffic Fire Sale. So after you've created your business page, what you need to do is go to the right-hand side of your page, and then you'll notice there's a Create Adverts option, so click there, and then you'll be automatically directed to your Facebook Adverts Manager. Okay, so now as you can see, you have to choose your campaign objectives. So there are different campaign objectives for which you can choose from that have their own different purposes and outcomes. So there's awareness, consideration, and conversion. But for this particular tutorial, I will only be focusing mainly on conversions, which will help you generate leads and promote your products to your prospective clients. So now, the second step that I'm going to take is select my subcategory from conversion. And the one I'm going to select is website conversions. So website conversions will help you generate traffic to your website and get people to take valuable actions on your website or applications, such as adding payment information or making a purchase. Next, you need to have a campaign name. Let's see, we'll put Big Traffic Fire Sale in this field. And then you can set up your first AdWord account. Now, on the left-hand side of your page, you can see that you've already created your campaign objective, which we've set to website conversions earlier on. Now we want to create our new Advert account, but first you need to fill in the details, which includes your country, your currency, as well as your time zone. Let's set it up according to the United States. So your country is the United States, so you should change this to US dollars, and we're taking Los Angeles as our time zone. Now we're going to head to the Advert set. Now press Continue. We're directed to the Advert Set section, which has several subcategories under it, so we'll go through it one by one. The first one is conversion. What's conversion? It's where you choose which site you want to promote, like your website or your app. We're selecting Website or Messenger. Next, we select a conversion event. What's a conversion event? A conversion event is a method you choose featuring activities going on your website. So let's click here. When you scroll down, these are all the different methods that you may choose from to describe your website activities. We'll go with View Content. View Content tracks key page views, for example, the number of people who have viewed your product page or your landing page or the articles that you've written. Let's go with this one, View Content. And the different methods of tracking the activities on your website are all generated by your Facebook Pixel. The next step that you need to do in your Advert set is Identify Audience. What you must do next is fill in all the details here, which includes your audience's location, their age, gender, and also language preferences. Now let's see, we only want to advertise to people who only live in this particular location. In this case, they're in the United States. Click on More Detail and it reveals people in North America and South America. Next is age. The age range is also very important because you would only want your intended audience to visit your page. Gender can be all, men only, or women only. And also your language preferences. In this case, we're only targeting people who speak English. The next step is detailed targeting. Detailed targeting is an option that enables you to target a very specific audience. We need to click Browse, and you can target people from a certain demographic or interests or behaviors and other categories. Let's click on Interests, and you see a wide range of categories you can choose from. Let's say your audience is only interested in business and industry. The most useful part is when they actually list down how many people are interested in that particular category. For instance, advertising has 190 million people, agriculture, architecture. These people also described having interest in this particular category because they've recently liked pages related to architecture. Next, you must identify where you want to place your ads. There are two options, automatic placements and edit placements. This is where Facebook decides where your ads will automatically appear, and they'll be placed in an area where they'll likely perform best. In our case, which is conversions, they'll show up in the Facebook desktop or the mobile feed. For edit placements, you'll want to filter your Facebook appearances. For example, you don't want your Facebook ads to appear on Instagram or Audience Network. So you can opt for edit placements. Now we've reached the final category of the advert set, which is to identify the budget and schedule. Facebook will actually ask you to name the amount of your daily budget. I'd recommend $10 per day because you want to scale small. This is the first time you're advertising with Facebook ads. It's best not to blow your budget and spend beyond your means. So you'd only spend about $70 per week, and this is quite reasonable for the placement of your ads. Now we've reached the final stage of setting up your Facebook ads, which is the formatting of your advertisements. First thing is to decide how you want your advertisement to look. You can choose carousel or single image or single video or slideshow. Usually we go with carousel, where you can create an advert with 2 or more scrollable images or videos. Next is to choose the images and links for your Facebook ad. For starters, I recommend you manually select your images and links to place in your carousel template. Now, if you choose to autofill, Facebook will automatically generate the image for you. Now we must set our text. Let's write "sending hordes of visitors to your website," and this will be the text your audience will see in your advert. Next is to select your destination, which is where your audience will be directed after they've clicked on your advert, which could be your website URL or Messenger. For now, I want them to go to my website because I want them to be directed to my landing page. As you can see, on the right-hand side is a template of how your adverts will look on Facebook. There's the headline and new link description and also the call to action button. There are several call to action options: learn more, contact us, and others. Next is to select an image for your advertisement. So select image, and you can upload any image you like from your image library on your desktop computer. So you click there. And I select this image of traffic lights. Then click Confirm. And your images will appear in your advertisement. So this is what your ad will look like. Now you need to fill in the details of your headline. This is the major headline that will appear on your Facebook ads. I've written big traffic fire sale, then the description of your headline. This should be very, very short and very, very direct and clear so your audience will have a clear idea of what you're trying to promote. I've added how to generate traffic. Your destination URL would be the link off your landing page or website. Then finally is your call to action button, which you have to choose from. There are quite a few options. What you select depends on your campaign objectives. I selected the Learn More option because I want people to learn more about what I'm promoting. After that, just place your order and you're done.